Before you squat down, do you have to think about it? And then when you do, it looks something like this instead of like that. When you go to pick something up off the ground, instead of bending down to grab it, do you post your leg and lean down and stretch to grab it, putting all that pressure in your back? And when you sit, do you kind of keep your legs straight and plop down? And then when you go to get up, you get a little bit of a rock and propel yourself up instead of just sitting down and standing up. You probably think it's because you have bad knees. And that very well may be the case. But it's more likely that you just have weak muscles that support your knee. We're going to fix that today in 3 movements. Hey everyone, Chad here from Strength After 30. And if you're employing any of those techniques from earlier on avoiding using your knees, you're actually doing more harm than good. Because avoiding using your knees if they hurt is generally going to reduce your tolerance over time. And here's the thing, is even if you avoid coming into a gym and you never do a squat for the rest of your life, life is going to put you into those situations where you need to bend down and pick something up, or you're going upstairs, or you're going to plop down off of a platform. So if life's going to throw it at you anyways, why don't we get better at it? Why don't we improve it? Let's get stronger. The first thing we need to do when we're getting ready to do our first movement is actually lay down, because we are going to be working on deep squats, but we need to find what path for our legs and therefore our hips makes the most sense for you. So for example, lay down flat, and then with my feet pointing straight up, bring one knee to my chest as far as I can. For me, that's right about here, if my foot's perfectly straight. If I let it angle out, about a 45-degree angle, it can come up a lot further. I just have more range of motion there. Someone else that has even more open hips, that might be all the way out here. It doesn't really matter. It's about what's best for you. So for example, a lot of people have trouble squatting because they're keeping their legs directly in front of them and they just can't really get low. Again, just a minor adjustment. We're talking just a couple inches here. All of a sudden, I can keep going here. So let's find that position for you, and then we're going to work on our deep squat. Now that we have our hips dialed in, we're going to prepare for our squats. If this is a new movement to you and something that you're really nervous about, we're going to start where we're only doing partial range of motion, and we're going to be supported. So if you're in a gym, putting a barbell on a rack like this is just fine. If you're at home, we're going to pretend this is at home, this could be your kitchen counter. It doesn't really matter as long as it's something that you can put force into and stabilize yourself. Now I do want it to be, and the reason I said kitchen counter is that there's a little bit of a lip because we are going to have your knees travel forward a little bit. There's different variations of squats. There's the high bar movement, the low bar movement. That's way too far away for right now. We're going to focus primarily on the high bar movement, which is where you are pushing your knees forward. That's more of a natural squat motion. And people have a lot of trouble with this. One, because the hips, as I pointed out earlier. So for me, coming down, like, ooh, that's pretty much cramped up right there. Spread it out a little bit. And the movement is where I'm going to drop my hips down. They can be back slightly, depends on how you're built. Okay, so there's different body positions for different kinds of bodies. If you have longer femurs, driving your hips back more is more comfortable. Okay, and you won't be able to go perfectly straight up and down like a little piston. That's fine. It doesn't matter, okay? It's what's right for your body. We are just trying to get this movement where we are getting some quad engagement on our squat, and that's performed by having the knees travel forward a little bit. Now notice here, when I send my knee forward, my heel wants to come up, and that is a lack of ankle mobility. So what we're going to do to help with this is regardless if you're going to be a little more bent over or a little more vertical, we're going to put something. These are 10-pound bumper plates. They could be books. It could be anything that's going to give us about an inch of lift. And we can play around with that on how high you want it. If having more lift is more comfortable for you, especially at the start, do that. Just know you may need to support yourself more, because the more lift, the more it's going to focus on the quad and take your glutes out of it. So I come up here, I'm leaning against my apparatus. Again, it could be the kitchen counter. I put my heels on top of my buffers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push down, or I'm going to pull back, whichever you're able to do. And then I'm going to slowly drive my knees forward and sink my hips down. Okay, I'm pretty vertical right now for me. And then I'm going to assist myself pulling up and standing up. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and back this up a little bit and illustrate it if you have longer femurs. And the way that you can tell this is that if I say, sit down, do your hips travel back or do they go straight down? If they travel back, that's how I have to do it. That's fine. Okay, you're going to have you just need a little bit more room. And I'm going to go ahead, sit down, push myself up. Okay, over time, you'll rely on this less and less. You can go ahead and just put your hands, eventually, they just rest on there. Boom. Okay, and then eventually, you don't need anything. And then we're putting weights on this bar and squatting it instead. That's where we want to get. We want to get to where we're training with resistance, because that is how we strengthen. And if you think that you don't need that, if you're older, you need it more than anyone, okay? Bone density, mobility, being strong in compromising positions, all of that really matters. Okay, this next movement is really just a variation of the first. So it's not even really 3 moves in this video. It's really more like 2.5. But this is going to be a very unique stimulus for almost everyone watching this video. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get back in our squat position. Again, closer to the bar if I have short femurs and I like to squat vertical, a little further away from the bar if I have longer femurs and I need to send my hips back. Either way is okay, as long as the knees are primarily traveling forward. So this is the knees over toes version. This is going to drive so much power into your quads over time. It is going to feel very unique out of the gate. Start slow. So the first progression, I'm in my squat, I'm leaning, I'm supported. I squat down, and then I'm going to roll my knees forward slightly and see how my toes come up. And then from here, you may need to really support yourself. I'm going to extend from my knee, okay? So instead of squatting up and moving my hips up, I am going to, again, squat down, roll my knees forward ever so slightly, and then from here, and again, I'm using a lot of support, I'm going to go ahead and extend up. Eventually, you'll continue to squat down, roll forward, press up. And move my feet a little bit closer together here, which you might have to do. Squat down, roll forward, extend up. And then eventually, the next progression, I'm still supporting myself, is instead of squatting down, I now lean forward and do a quad extension to stand up. This is technically what's called a sissy squat. The amount of bulletproofing it does in your knees, because if you think about it, if I'm going to get hurt, all right, it's not going to be likely in this position, or if I'm in a solid position. It's going to be, I slip on the ice, this leg drags behind me, I plant weird, I come down the stairs wrong, any number of things. If we can get strong, as I mentioned at the beginning, in compromising positions, and I can't think of a much more compromising position than this, and then eventually you won't need anything. That was a terrible rep, by the way. That was absolutely terrible. Let me try it again. Okay, come down, extend up. Okay, that was better. This movement is going to strengthen your quads. It is going to bulletproof your knees. You will likely feel, first 30 times you do this movement, you may feel a little bit of tightness on the outside of your knee. If you feel pain inside of your knee, and pain and stimulus are two different things, okay? Tingling, burning, soreness, that is stimulus, that is growth. Sharp, pointy pain, or pops, or anything that strains and doesn't let go, that is pain, that is bad. That's why we always want to stay within our envelope, and especially on a movement like this, that by the end is pretty advanced. When you start, it's really not that bad, okay? It's just squat down, roll forward, push up. Pretty easy variation from the squat. However, when you get to that final variation, which that can take a very long time, your knees are going to be strong as heck. Your quads are going to be strong. Not many people can do that kind of movement, and you're going to be one of them now. Okay, our next move is step downs. Now, step downs, these are a fairly small movement, but boy, do they work you. So what we want to do is find an elevated surface that is near something that can support me. My kitchen counter or my kitchen counter over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to step up and I'm going to hang one foot off. I'm going to support myself, especially initially. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my knee forward to where I descend. I just kiss the ground and then I push my knee back and I stand up. So boom, boom. Okay, we start very small to build load tolerance for this, because if you have knee issues, this movement can be really challenging. And think about this. If you've ever been hiking and you have bad knees, it's the down that kills you. We're training that kind of tolerance here. Okay? Then the next evolution is we go up to something higher. I'm on my kitchen counter here. Go ahead, drive that knee forward, kiss the ground. I'm actually feeling a little bit of stim right here. I'm going to show you the next move on what to do when you encounter these little sticking points. And it's not a sticking point, it's just that I can feel the tendons engaging. Okay? Stand back up. Come down, stand back up. Okay? Eventually, you won't need any support. But especially out of the gate, if you're watching this video, use some support. All right? Last movement. Okay, bonus movement. It's not really a movement because it's an isometric. Is we are going to work some wall sits in, and we are going to try and find our sticking points. And your sticking point isn't necessarily where things snag, it's just where you start to feel tension that doesn't exist throughout the rest of the movement for you. So right here, I'm just going to get myself in position. Feet, you can really space it this way. You can just put one foot behind the other, and that's generally pretty good. But just find where it's comfortable for you to lean back, and then we're going to work our way down. This wall's not good for sliding down. At home with a drywall, you can just slide right down it. But go ahead, work your way down. Okay, right here, I'm actually feeling a little bit of tension in my knees, and I will do a whole video on the story of my knees, but they have been through hell and back. And I think even just going through this video with some of the movements I'm able to demonstrate, they have come a long way. and yours will too. So what I'm doing is I'm staying right here in this sticking point until my knees calm down. I'm basically letting my body know it's okay, you don't need to tense up, we're fine. And they've already relaxed. Okay, I'm gonna work my way a little bit lower. Okay, here's another one. I'm just gonna wait. And while you're doing this, the bonus is that you're getting a great leg workout while we're sending these signals to our knees. Okay, slide down a little bit more. Don't go down so deep to where you're not gonna be able to get out of it. But right about here, it's probably pretty good. I'm getting a little bit of stim there. Just wait for it to go away. Wait for it to relax. And it's weird, it'll just kind of happen. Okay, cool. Here we go. Well, I hope you all got something out of that. And remember, the point of these movements isn't to avoid stress. It's to build strength so that you can handle the stress, because life is going to throw it at you whether you want it or not. If you'd like to get help on this and a step-by-step program, check out the link in the description. Thanks, guys.